So continuing on to the next set of examples, we have 2p squared minus 24p minus 26. And again, our first question is always, do we have a greatest common factor that I can pull out of that? And they all have a common factor of 2. So we're going to divide everything by 2, and we have 24 and 13. We're not finished yet though, because we can still factor what's left on the inside here. 1 times negative 13 is negative 13. So I need the two numbers that multiply to negative 13 and add to negative 12. Well, our only options are 13 and 1. 13 only has 13 times 1 as factors. So to get a negative 12, we've got to put the negative in front of the 13. So negative 13 plus 1 will make that negative 12. We'll bring down the p squared. We have minus 13p. This is a positive 1, so plus 1p, and then bring down that minus 13. We're again going to go ahead and split this in half. Our common factor over here on the left side is p. P squared divided by p is p, minus 13p divided by p is 13. Remember, our next part always starts with whatever sign is in front of here. And our common factor between 1 and 13 is 1. Remember, in this part of factoring by grouping, you have to bring out a number, even if it's 1. So 1p divided by 1 is p. 13 divided by 1 is 13. So here we are, our parentheses match. We know we're on the right track. And so p minus 13 is one of our answers. The p plus 1 that we pulled out for common factors is the other part of our answer. And then we need to go all the way back to the beginning, and this common factor of 2 that we pulled out also needs to be part of our answer. And there we are. So the next one we have is 6x squared plus 15x minus 36. So I'm looking at 6, 15, and 36, and I'm thinking, our common factor is going to be 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2x squared. 15 divided by 3 is 5x. 36 divided by 3 is 12. Now we still have factoring to do, so 2 times negative 12 is negative 24. So we need two numbers that multiply to negative 24 and add to 5. Remember, the negative means our two numbers are going to have opposite signs. So if I do a positive 8 and a negative 3, 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. And 8 plus negative 3 is positive 5. So I'm going to bring down the 2x squared. That's a positive 8x minus 3x, and then bring down the minus 12. And split that in half. So our common factor on the left between 2x squared and 8x is 2x. 2x squared divided by 2x is x, plus 8x divided by 2x is 4. The next part starts with subtraction. Our common factor between 3 and 12 is 3. Now remember, we're dividing these by negative 3. So negative 3 divided by negative 3 is a positive 1x. And a negative 12 divided by negative 3 is a positive 4. Because remember, these parentheses have to look exactly identical. And they do. So we did a great job. And that x plus 4 is one of our answers. The 2x minus 3 that we pulled out is the other part of our answer. And then we can't ever forget to go back to the very beginning to whatever greatest common factor we pulled out and include that in our factored form. All right, the last example that we're going to talk about today is at the top on the back. We have 12x squared plus 16x minus 3. 12, 16, and 3 do not have a common factor, so I can't reduce anything. 12 times negative 3 is negative 36. So we need two numbers or factors of negative 36 that add to positive 16. And those two numbers are going to be 18 and negative 2. A positive 18 times a negative 2 is a negative 36. 18 plus negative 2 is positive 16. So we're bringing down 12x squared. It's a positive 18x minus 2x minus 3. Split this exactly in half and start with our common factor between 12x squared and 18x. And we say, well, I could divide both of them by 3. But remember, we want the largest common factor we can pull out from both of those. And the largest common factor is actually going to be 6 and x. So 12x squared divided by 6x is 2x plus 18x divided by 6x is 3. Bring down that subtraction. And the common factor between 2 and 3 is just 1. So we're pulling out a negative 1. Negative 2x divided by negative 1 is a positive 2x. Negative 3 divided by negative 1 is a positive 3. Again, double check the parentheses. They are exactly identical. So 2x plus 3 is one of my answers or factors. And then 6x minus 1 is the other factor. And that is factored form. So stay tuned in class tomorrow for some calculator tricks, and we'll be working on the next problem in class together. Have a good day.